Final segment of our program, The Platform, this evening, and we are speaking with Bishop Simeon Hall, Bishop Arnold Josey, and Reverend George Bodie. Reverend Bodie, there's no real rehabilitation taking place in this country, you know.
To an extent, there is.
To an extent, there is?
There is, to an extent, there is. Particularly in my...
The rate of recidivism is extremely high in this country.
So that means now, I come back to my initial state that all of us must come together to do what we have to do to help our Bahamas.
That's a given, but I'm not responsible for rehabilitation.
Neither is the church.
I can do. The church will have a bigger role in that, because the church ought to be witnessing to people who are in prison.
Yeah, the church is
doing that.
The church is doing that.
It's doing that.
And the church is doing that at a great scale at Her Majesty's prison. We have persons come in, and we have a department in the prison that is doing that every day. So we are doing a great job in that regards to rehabilitation.
But don't we agree that the criminal justice system in this country is broken? That's a given,
yeah,
right?
Yes, by far.
That's a given.
Yes.
And the work of the church is made more onerous because that is the situation today.
Now, how do we fix that? I don't know if the church has the answer, except that we can say that has got to be legislation. Somewhere we've got to find a way to legislate with some teeth in it, to deal with some of this stuff where there are some absolutes as far as our legal system is. We become too lax, and you know, they probably gonna row you for me saying this, but they need to fix that, man. The judges and the magistrate and the members of the judiciary make up a part of this community, and we need them in this fight against crime.
Yes, but once they are sentenced to Her Majesty's prison, you would expect real rehabilitation to take place. But we have a church in the Bahamas that stands by where prison cells are 5 by 7. 5 by 7 with 6 men in a 5 by 7 space with a bucket in the corner. And we do not hear the revulsion of the church and to speak about the dehumanization of men who are in our prisons, who are living in 6 of them in a 5 by 7 space.
That's wrong.
So the church stands indicted on that, don't you?
There's a possibility of that, but Bodie will tell you that the preachers are in the prison speaking to these men on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, I've just lamented the fact of some things that happen.
I'm talking about the space. I'm talking about the condition under which they exist.
Yeah, I'm talking to the fact of recidivism. This is where our biggest problem is, that you mentioned.
Yes.
And you say to these fellas, this is what you do, that you don't come back here to be in this mess.
But that is not how you rehabilitate people.
It's one of the ways.
You rehabilitate them by dehumanizing them?
No. I'm saying, but you're trying to sensitize a fellow. Understanding that this is the humanization. This is the humanizing. You don't want to come back to this.
But the church is called to ensure that we have social justice.
Yes.
You go to the prison and you tell the fellows, well, you're in this condition, this is what you'll come back to. But where's your voice in calling for social justice, not only in our prisons, but in our neighborhoods?
I think we
where people are victimized, where they are treated unjustly in our communities.
We acquiesce that some ways we have not been prophets with clear voices. We acquiesce. One way we do call for justice, though, is to say to these young people, you don't have to go up there.
Yeah.
Come here. Come to Sunday school. We'll help you. We have, our church has about 15 students who we help abroad. We make sure they get a good education.
Yeah, but my point is, there's no peace when you don't have justice.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
If you want peace, then you need to work for justice.
The Christian...
And throughout many of the heartland communities of New Providence, you see a high level of injustice
Yes.
in how people are living, the cost of goods and services, the absence of proper recreational facilities, the state of the environment, which the government must take a tremendous amount of responsibility.
That's them now. You can't put that part on us.
No, don't be defensive.
No,
I'm just saying that the voice of the church should be heard.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Jones, let me ask you this
in
question.
dealing with the level of social injustice we have in the
The
society.
greatest injustice that took place in recent history was the unequal distribution of wealth in this land, particularly as it pertains to minority rule. I think we all could agree with that. Mm-hmm. Name me an institution that was louder in this community than the church when we were at the threshold of majority rule. The Christian church.
Yes, that is 1967.
Of course, but
we
you keep
have
going back to these places.
we have moved from.
You're going back there to all other things.
No. We've moved. This is 2015.
All I want you to do is give the church some credit for what it has done.
This is 48 years later. And we are talking about the level of social injustice that we have in the country today.
But let me...
And the point is that we do not hear the church, the voice of the church, loudly.
We don't always have to speak, Mr. Jones. We got to do.
Yes.
We do. You talk
People
about...
come to his church, you do it for them.
The people... so the government... Well, I've got sporting facilities and all that type, recreational facilities in Lizzie, so that's no problem. But where there are issues with the recreational, they can come in the church yard on a daily basis. Our church yard after school is flooded with young boys and young girls playing ball. Where there are social issues, people can't find food. We keep on feeding the people. We feed the community. Matter of fact, we feed people from outside our communities who come to us. So I'm saying you don't always have to shout it from the mountaintop. You just do. And I think in most part, the churches in our communities are doing.
So listen. Let me explain what I mean by social injustice. When a single mother is making $200 or less, and she has to pay rent, she has to take care of 2 or 3 children in a household, and she has a high electricity bill. I'm talking about that kind of social injustice, Bishop Josey. And all I'm saying to you, that when you have that level of social injustice, that can breed some other antisocial behavior in the society.
Yes, it can.
And the voice of the church needs to be louder.
Maybe, me and you can have dark and never agree with you. Me and you can have a big problem with this here. That's an injustice when you, of your own volition, who would have attended church, you would understand and listen, having children outside of the wedlock is not the way to go. And you call that an injustice?
But there's some within the wedlock.
But is that an injustice, Mr. Jones, when you make a conscious decision?
If the father abandons a woman and leaves the woman with 2 or 3 children.
And we say, if you having a problem, make it come to us and we'll help you.
Oh, I
There's
see.
another way, though, but
I see.
there's another way. Let me get this in. A man could live, I think, 2-3 days without water. He could live 4 or 5 days without food. But you cannot live for a day without hope. We give our people hope with the $200 you make in. You missed that, Brother Jones, with the greatest respect. It is the hope that we give to our people when they come to a crusade and hear that you're making $200, but hold on.
Yes, sir.
Fight it.
But you're telling a hungry person to hold on.
We'll come to New Covenant and we'll give you a bag of grocery. We say both. I'm saying to you, you talking about the tangible, and you're right. I acquiesce of the 4,000
But the church is supposed to be
churches.
working for peace.
Yes, that's what we
And if
try to
you're
do.
working for peace, then you should ensure that we have justice.
You are right. Not enough of us do it.
You told me that I'm right about
But see, you wouldn't tell me
three
when
times
I'm
a-
right.
three times a minute.
No, he won't admit it. We won't admit it. And I'm
You
still.
won't tell me when I'm right.
on this program. You told me I'm right about 40 times. You know.
No, it ain't 40.
They ain't 40.
You'll never get in a lifetime.
But
No,
12.
but let's keep it balanced. Let's keep it balanced. Man needs hope.
Yes, sir.
We must see beyond the circumstances. We must believe. A Catholic nun, you know I've told you this, at Aquinas night classes with the concrete on my hand told me, young man, you from Chokeneck Alley, but you have the gift of speech. There wasn't nothing tangible about that. I'm saying to you, the people in Josey Church, the people in Fox Hill, the people in New Covenant are given with their $200 a week. Here's how to make it work.
Yes, sir.
Believe in what beyond what you see. And that's what we sell. But you only put that on your news.
Faith.
That we are people of faith. That man should not live by bread alone. We keep telling them that. You think things bad, you let's be quieter than we are, if that's the word. And they'll tear down all these places. The job of the church is to look beyond the isness of life.
Yes, sir.
And look at what ought to be and what can be. That's what we trade in.
Bishop Hall, you've come to the end of the program on that powerful note.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so very much for being here today.
The symposium
And we
is
wish
when?
you well.
February the 20th.
February 20th
Yes, sir.
at
Thank
7
you much.
p.m. at St. Paul's and Fox Hill.
Yes, sir.
And you want men from all over the country.
All over the
whether you're Baptist or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To attend.
Ecumenical.
Very good.
Thank you much, sir.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
And we wish you well.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for watching and listening to our program today. Good evening, everyone.
Peace.